You made it in Africa, but an ordinary African is saying that it's not possible to make it in Africa.
But that statement from a reasonable perspective is wrong. How can you say that it is wrong, it is impossible to make it in Africa, yet there are Africans that have made it? It is defeated by reason and reality. You see, that is exactly what I'm fighting. Inability for Africans to believe in themselves. If I can do it, you can do it. What is the difference between me and you? We all have the same time in a day. We have 24 hours. I don't have any different. What do I do different from you that has made me prosper and has kept you in the state you are at? For me, I think it is all about, it's all in the mind. It all starts and ends in the mind. One is reasoning capacity, is a direct path toward success or failure. The difference and gap and distance between success and failure is reason.
Before I let you go, I'm so sorry. I think I've been asking so many questions. I have a lot of Africans in the diaspora that watches my videos.
Yeah.
If you have a message to them, what would that message be? Africans living abroad.
No, Africans go abroad looking for better ways of survival. They are where they are, and they are in the best position to determine and articulate the forge way forward from where they stand. It would be unreasonable and unrealistic of me to authoritatively give an opinion on a position for which I'm not part of from a realistic perspective. But I can give an opinion on what it is in Africa today. Maybe majority have left because of the prevailing circumstances, like our weak education system that has made them believe you can only make it abroad, not in Africa. Like I told you, these are imported and imposed education systems that were never drafted realistically to meet the challenges and prepare the African child with the equipment to articulately analyze and understand the challenges at hand and forge corresponding solutions. Maybe one of the biggest problems Africa has is our education system. Because you see, we are born Africans, but it prepares us into modern Western slaves, if I can put it articulately. Whereby by the time someone is leaving university, all they can think of is go and look for better resources abroad. And maybe that's why a majority of people living abroad. So if qualified engineers, qualified doctors, qualified nurses are all leaving Africa, how is Africa going to grow? Maybe we should start believing in ourselves, our origin.
I think most of them are also leaving because the systems in Africa don't really work.
But it all goes back to reason. Okay. Now, okay. So you are leaving Africa for who? Africa is what you have.
For me and you.
No, but you're an African. Are you an African?
Yes.
So why don't you first believe in the fact that you're an African? Identity is an element of reason. Understanding your identity is an element of reason. Saying I'm by the names of Hamis Kiggundu, I'm by such and such an age, I am a black man, and I'm an African, and what can I do to improve my life and the lives of those around me? So, deterrence and does running away from a problem solve it?
No.
If I'm looking for modernity, I should go look for it elsewhere. Have you solved the problem?
No.
Actually, you've moved to society that you're a foreigner in that particular society. So, and majority when they're counting, you're not even a citizen, you don't even qualify. That is why I decided to do the White House in Uganda. Let us struggle or strive towards achieving our desires in our motherland. Instead of struggling and striving so much towards leaving our motherland. I know majority leave because of different prevailing circumstances. I don't want people to get me wrong. But from a reasonable point of view, that is a personal opinion, which may be a fact or not depending on the reasoning capacity of the reader. But that is my opinion. Within perimeters of reason, self-identity is very key. And taking personal responsibility is equally key. So, whose responsibility is it to develop Africa and pull it forward? Is it for the Westerners? Is it for the Europeans? Or is it for the Africans? So if all Africans are leaving Africa, whom are they leaving Africa for?
A final message to all Africans watching us right now.
To all my fellow Africans and the world at large, to everyone listening to me, my message would be, if you get a chance to get hold of my 2 books, Success and Failure Based on Reason and Reality, and Reason as the word masterpiece, I would advise you to read it. For I'm not trying to tell you how much I've achieved, but how can we kickstart each other's reasoning capacity to make sure we make the world we live in and the African continent a better place.